Okay, we've just got to the afternoon break in the questioning of Carlo Soracchi, the undercover police officer who, using the cover name Carlo Neri, infiltrated the Socialist Party and No Platform and numerous other anti-fascist groups. We've been listening to him this afternoon, going through a lot of his reports. I'm joined by Donach. This is your first time at the undercover police inquiry?
Yeah.
So, what have you made of what we've heard from Carlo Soracchi this afternoon?
Well, he's just been a copper being, I wouldn't trust everything that comes out of his mouth.
I mean, I would suggest people shouldn't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. We've been shown a lot of his reports. We've kind of gone through them quite quickly, really. There seems to be a really common theme of a lot of these reports being things that he heard in the pub, or things that he heard secondhand, maybe even third hand in some cases.
Yeah. He's not actually, committing to very much.
No, I mean, he has been pushed on the fact. I mean, he's talked about people planning to attack the police, and then when pushed on it, had to admit that, in fact, there was no. He never knew of any of these people ever committing any acts of violence against the police. That what he was talking about was people being willing to push through police lines if they were hemmed in. Something which he admitted that he himself did.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Which and when he's talking about it, when he did it, it seemed like, oh well, that's just a reasonable thing. There was a bit of like wrestling with a uniformed officer, but like when he's talking about other people saying they might do basically the same thing, it's kind of bigged up into something more.
Yeah. I mean, there's a huge double standard. We also saw a lot of his reporting from May Day 2001. It became clear that the assistant chief police officer, Vanessa, who visited the SDS safe house, did so only a handful of days before that May Day 2001. He claims this was totally unconnected, and that he didn't talk about this at all. There was no mention of it. But when we got into the May Day 2001 stuff, this is the cattling.
No, I remember that. Luckily enough, I was outside the cordon, though. At one point, I remember being sat down in the road and some policeman running past me and just giving me a whack on the ear with his truncheon.
Lovely.
As they do, when we're talking about violence.
Yes, absolutely. You've met the Met. There was. It seems that Carlo Soracchi was inside the cordon, but this didn't stop him from reporting on some events that took place in the other side, the rear of Oxford Street.
Oxford Street,
which he says that he saw from a distance, which suggests that he may have the ability to see through buildings.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much that wasn't credible about his reports. We heard about the events in Bermondsey, the countering of National Front marches. Always, like, as there seems to be a real theme of always really heavily bigged up about in the planning section, and then when it actually came to what happened on the day, it's like, the police lines had already formed by the time we got there. So nothing much. Well, anything else you'd like to pick up from what he said this afternoon?
Not particularly.
No, I mean we got to the stuff about the Hackney Town Hall, which is the first time that he meets Lindsay, who was the first of the three women who he deceives into a sexual relationship.
Right.
It was very telling that when Barr says, "And you spoke to Lindsay that evening?" He went, "I spoke to a lot of people."
Yeah. Well, as I say, he's trying not to commit to anything, including things he knows fine well.
Quite. Yeah. He's trying not to commit to the fact that he spoke to someone. I mean, it's. I mean, if he's this defensive about speaking to her, how are we going to cope when it gets to the fact that he had a sexual relationship with her?
Yeah.
I mean, the mind boggles. Do you find him to be a credible witness?
No.
Yeah. I mean, this is your first time at the inquiry.
Yeah.
We've had lots of people saying that today's been a particularly difficult day to follow because the sound wasn't working on the broadcast this morning. There was no, there was a lot of breaches, so it was very difficult to follow events. Have you found it easier to follow what's happening by attending?
Yeah, well, I wasn't here in the morning. I've only caught bits and pieces of it previously. It's quite a commitment. I quite admire what you do, Tom.
Cheers,
I have to say, though, I did spend quite a bit of earlier today listening to one of the earlier testimonies.
Right.
I'll look into the details of that.
Right. Fair play. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's often a lot easier to follow after the fact, isn't it? Because you're able to like speed up and go through all the gaps, which are so common.
Yeah, no, I was clicking. 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But that's fair enough. No, I sat at the back, but I could see generally whenever they showed the documents, once they zoomed in on them, I could see them, and they've also got the transcript going up kind of live.
Yeah,
which helps with it. With if I didn't catch a date, I can see it on that.
And would you recommend other people come and attend?
Oh no, absolutely. I'm really glad I have. I haven't actually got much time, and I'm not going to go into the reasons why, but it's to do with the London Metropolitan Police.
I mean, who'd have thought?
I have. I was even. I turned up even later than I expected today, but no, it's interesting seeing the wheels turn, however slowly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're seeing the wheels turn inside Carlo Soracchi's head quite regularly. He's like he displays himself as when I was talking to Rafe earlier, he was saying he sort of presents himself a bit of a simpleton almost. That seems to be the character he's trying to put across. I wouldn't know, sir.
Yeah. No, that's a really good way of putting it. Oh, I don't know. I just happened to, be round in the pub when somebody said something. No, I had no part in anything. I don't really know very much.
I'm just a local boy, sir. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's like there's always a certain element of farce about these men, and I mean, he seems a particularly, farcical character. And we're only on a short break; it's only 10 minutes, and you probably want to get a cuppa and stuff before we go back in. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm just interested to see, how it all works, and nothing beats seeing something in real life.
No, absolutely. And will you be coming back for any more hearings of the inquiry?
It depends on whether I'm in London or not.
Fair.
But this was I had to be in London, and I was like, oh right, well I've got time in between what I have to do in the morning and catching my bus in the evening. Well, I'll do this. And I'm glad I did.
Excellent. Well, if you're in the same position and you think, well, I'm going to be in London, might as well go along to the inquiry for a few hours. I really recommend that you do. We'll be back again. There's more to come from Carlo Soracchi's day. He will be here all week. So, I mean, if you have an interest, there's plenty of opportunity to come and join us in the public gallery. I'll be doing another recap at the end of the day. Please, if you are able to, like and share these videos. It makes a huge difference for how visible they are. And we'll join you again at the end of the day. Bye for now.